Hi everybody and Merry Christmas! This video is a little bit different. It's going to be a whole back catalogue of everything I've been doing over the Christmas season. So you'll remember there was a video ages ago about all the sewing ideas that I had for Christmas. Well, I've only gone and made a few of them. Here is the entire compilation of all the things that I've sewn over the Christmas season, all put into one massive video. So go grab yourself some cold roast potatoes, get yourself a nice cup of mulled wine and sit back and enjoy. So whether you like sewing for Christmas gifts or whether you like sewing just for stuff for the house, then I have got loads of options for you today. Well, I haven't, that's not strictly true. I've only got 9, but I went through them all with a very fine tooth comb and I decided on my favourite 9. So you'll be able to join in and share with me. Number 3 is by Just Made Sew and it's a quilted water bottle cover. Hot water bottle cover. Hot water bottle cover. Those words in the right order. Hi everybody! Shall we make a quilted hot water bottle cover? Okay, it feels to me like this is the season for like emerging crafts that I either forgot I've done before or I just want to have a go at. This time we are going for quilting. Now, I've definitely made a couple of quilts before. I made a really nice one for my grandma and I put photos on the fabric and I put photos of like all of me and my sisters and my grandpa and stuff like that. It was really cute. Don't think she uses it, but that's besides the point. Today, we're going to have a go at making a quilted hot water bottle cover. So as you will have seen in a few of my videos before, I have been getting all my fabric together and I've been getting all the patchwork bits made up and stuff like that. On my lazy Sunday, I made one panel. So we're going to go through the front half today and then we're going to see if we can make a hot water bottle cover together. I've had a look at the template that I used. If you haven't checked out my Christmas things to sew, it'll be up here somewhere. It's got all the links in it that you need. I'll pop some down below as well, but that will have all the links that you need and it talks about me talking about things, which is what I love doing best. In that tutorial, it doesn't actually, you get an outline of the hot water bottle cover and then it says, cut your squares, stick them together, add some wadding, make a front one, then make 2-ish back ones, and then overlap them, and then stick it all together. Right, thankfully, I've got enough nous about me that I can work out how to do all of those things, and I know what I want it to look like, so I want it to have an envelope back, so it will look similar to the DIY ruffle cushions that we made. Again, there'll be a video up there somewhere. And so hopefully, I think we can work out how to do it together. But obviously I have to bring you on the journey. So let's go. Just a quick one. I got a poorly puppy today. Look at him. He's my poorly boy. No, he's not happy, are you, darling? He's having a bad day. And he's not very happy. He's got a poorly tummy. And when you're this big and when you're this hyper and you've got a poorly tummy, life is not fun. Is it, my darling? Hey, bit of rice for lunch. That'll cheer him up, hopefully. Nice cushion, though. Okay, I've got squares, I've got wadding, I've got template. It's got a line in the middle, but that's where I stuck it together. That's not where, or maybe that is where the envelope's supposed to be, but irrelevant. And here's one I made earlier. Ta-da! So we're going to go through the process now. I'm going to lay out my squares into a pattern. I wonder if I can match it up with the front one. We'll see how that goes. Let's do that now. I don't want to talk about how long this just took me to work out that if I just mirror it, no, not even mirror it, if I duplicate it, it will work out in line. I was there for ages putting them all out in different orders and things. Oh, my days. Anyway, so I'm going to, so I've laid it all out. I'm going to take a quick photo just in case. Oh, actually, no, I've got this one, so I don't need to worry about it. So because we're just duplicating that, I'm going to pick them up 2 by 2 and sew them together. Oh, no, wait. Actually, this time I'm going to do it a bit different. Last time I had a bit of a mismatch in the middle, and it was because I sewed them together the wrong way, I think. So I've watched a YouTube tutorial from Lovecraft, and it's like, make your own DIY quilting blanket from nothing. I was like, great, I've got next to nothing going on up there. This will be perfect. So I used that, and they say so I was doing it in pairs, and then I was doing it together. If you watch my video back, you'll understand. But they said that I have to do it in strips down. So I'm going to sew it in strips down and then put the 4 strips together. So hopefully they will match up a bit better. Obviously it would help if I was more delicate with my cutting, and if I was better at my getting my seam allowances to stay straight and to stay at the right quarter inch or 1/3 inch or whatever it is. But it's not me. If you can't already tell, I'm on coffee number 5 of the day. Right, all my strips are done, and then I'm going to press them. It says on the tutorial that you're not to press like that. You just press down. Maybe I've been doing it wrong all these years. Right. I have pinned them together on the sides, and it's come out looking like this. That's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just gonna sew up the edge of this one and then sew them together. They're pretty even. That one's a bit dodge. But yeah, they're not too bad. I don't know about you, but any time that I've done patchwork before, I've always gone in a square. So I've done like, it's like you've got like a middle point to be able to match everything up with. But I think obviously because I'm doing a rectangle, I can't do that this time around. So maybe that's why I'm struggling a little bit. Also, I think what I might do is invest in some charm packs and have a little practice and see if I can get a bit better at it, and just a bit better, because I know that part of my issue is that I'm not very good at cutting. I have asked for a rotary cutter for Christmas, so we'll see if that comes. But in the meantime, I can get some charm packs and have a little practice. If anybody knows where there's some good value charm packs or some really pretty ones, especially for Christmas, can you pop a comment down below, please, so that I can have a look at them? Thank you. Voila! 2 panels. I didn't think it through. So it's going to be a snug old envelope backing because I've got this much to play with. Why didn't I think that through? But that's okay, we can work with that. I also haven't got any spray glue, so I can't, I'm going to have to just layer and tack it around the edges, the wadding, rather than sticking it down. But that's okay. Right, let's get cutting. front panel with wadding, back panel including envelope. I've bodged it a little bit. Just because I was so worried about the size of the envelope, I just added a little offcut onto there. If you would like to make one of these, make sure that you allow for extra space for your envelope opening. I've just really briefly tacked down the edges so that I can cut the pieces accurately, and also I don't want the wadding to have to go through the machine like 3 or 4 times over. So I'm going to tidy those up, and then I'm going to tack these edges together, and then front to back, sew all around. Job's a good un. I love that. Job's a good un. Like it's not at least half an hour's work. Right, moment of truth. Let's turn this baby inside out. I've gone around the edges as well, around the corners, and just cut some thingies in just so that the corners sit a bit nicer. I will admit that I missed a step out that I completely forgot about, and it wasn't until I was looking at it and I was like, oh, it looks really nice inside, doesn't that look pretty? And I realised that I hadn't done the lines along the quilting, but so maybe this isn't a quilted cover, maybe it is just a patchwork lined water bottle cover. So ignore whatever the thumbnail says, it was a complete lie because I forgot this last step, but I will know for next time, so that's pretty good. I might, so this one's going to be for my grandma, and I might make one for my mother-in-law as well because she does love a hot water bottle. That woman, she loves to be warm, They're on holiday at the moment, in fact. Who goes on holiday in beginning of December? People with lives, that's who. People with lives. I'm struggling a little bit. Hang on. Oh, look! Oh, I'm really happy with it. Look at that. And because I'd added that extra bit, let me show you. Can you even see where I've added it? Because I added that extra bit, it made such a difference to the opening. Oh, I'm really happy with it. Oh, it looks really cool. And oh my goodness. I don't even have a hot water bottle to be able to test it out. I'm going to have to go buy one tomorrow. But I'm so pleased. I've lost count of where we are, but the next one is a Christmas stocking pattern. Now, obviously, I'm going to be making the kids Christmas stockings because we lose them every single year. So one of the things that I've been making that I didn't video are these gorgeous Christmas stockings. I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure quilting is for me. I'm trying, I'm gonna need to get better, but right now I'm very much at beginner stage. So I did the same process as I did for the hot water bottle cover in order to achieve the pattern, but this time round I tried having a go at putting some quilting lines in. I'm thinking there is an easier way, and I'm going to research it and I'm going to do a bit more practice over the new year and into early spring so that I can work out how to quilt properly. This is definitely going to be a sewing journey that you and I can go on together. So if you know how to quilt, please do pop some comments below so that I can learn from you and maybe have a look at your YouTube channel. If you want to learn with me, great, come on board. Hit the subscribe and the like button and the everything else. This one's another one from Apple Green Cottage, and it's just a really simple Christmas gift bag. Like I said, for people that don't want to necessarily make things for people, you can always just make the wrapping, right? Surely that's nice and easy. These bags will whip up in no time at all, and they will make use of any of your odds and ends that you've got left over. Especially if you have a look in the pictures, you've got some that have different blocks of colour, and you could easily use that. And then all the scraps that you don't have from that, you can make for the quilted hot water bottle. Oh, zero waste Christmas, here we come. Little gonks fit the right way. And then again, as with the other pieces, you just have to fold this in half and then they'll match together at the top. the end of the ribbon a little bit just to neaten it up and melt it down, but I am not brave. So this pattern is from So Can She, and it's a 1 meter or 1 yard apron pattern. Hi everybody, let's make 2 Christmas aprons. So this idea came from my last Christmas sewing ideas video. What do you mean you haven't watched it yet? Get back and watch it! What I wanted to make was a apron where I could embroider something on the front, and we are going to make that today. It's called the 1 yard apron pattern. Not very imaginative title really, is it? We're going to make that today, but I also have a bit of a thing for ruffles at the moment. So I decided that I was going to make a second one, which is just like a half-sized one, and I was going to put ruffles around the edge. It's going to look super cute. But of course, before I make anything, we're going to need some fabric. I have got from my stash some red felt and some green gingham. I've got about 2 meters of the green gingham and I've got about 1 meter of the red felt. My plan is for apron number 1, I'm going to cut it like half and half. So it's going to have red felt on the top and green gingham on the bottom. The reason being that I think I can embroider through this a lot easier. So that's my plan for the first one. For the second one, I think I will have gingham and then it will be backed with the red felt and then it can have a gingham frill on the bottom as well. It's gonna look adorable. One of the patterns is available to download, which will be down below in the comments, and the other one I'm just going to freehand, but don't panic, I will give you all the dimensions and the, what word am I looking for? The numbers, the thing with the numbers where you measure. I will put all of the measurements in the video. Should we get to it? Let's go. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Phili and I just love sewing and crafting and doing all fun things. I would absolutely love it if you could do the like and do the subscribe, and even if you could possibly share my videos with other people. Mwah! Love you. By the way, the kids are off school and all I can hear is them fighting upstairs. So if you can hear them fighting upstairs, then welcome to real life. This happens. I have printed off the pattern for the 1 yard magic apron. I got it wrong before, it's not just any old apron. Magic. It's also got on it what else I need to cut out. In inches, not fun. 2 strips, 1 rectangle, and this. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do before I start cutting is I'm going to work out my measurements for the second one, and I'm going to put my measurements on an absolute YouTube staple of the back of an envelope. So, got my tape measure. So this is what my measurements are going to look like. Cutting time! lines wasn't enough for me. I definitely wanted to embroider something on the front of it as well. And this is a video of me doing just that. Hi everybody, who fancies doing some embroidery with me? I'm gonna level with you, this isn't my first foray into embroidery, it's my second. I love the idea of doing embroidery. I do cross stitch all the time, so it can't be that much different, can it? So today I'm going to be putting a little embroidery design onto my Christmas apron. If you haven't checked out the video yet, there'll be a card somewhere. I made it with the sole purpose that I could put some embroidery on the top half. So this is made out of felt, which is supposed to be quite sturdy and nice and easy to embroider onto. I've also bought some other bits. I bought some little embroidery threads. The ones that I've currently got, I think I got them off eBay or I got them off Etsy. You know when you buy like 100 for a £5 and you think, oh, that's such good value. I wonder why no one else is doing that. I'll let you into a secret. The reason nobody else is doing that is because the colours run. So as soon as you embroider something and you put it in the wash, all the colour runs. And so my little girl has got a grey jumper with a, what did I put on it? With a flamingo on it and a pink mark all around the outside as well. Don't buy the cheap stuff, go for the good ones. I bought paint box embroidery threads. I bought them from Lovecrafts and they were only 69p each, absolute bargain. And then I bought some of these little cards as well and put them on, wound them onto the cards. So how much were the cards? 50 for about £2-3, I think. That was from Amazon. And I've just written the, oh, can you see? I've just written paint box and what number it is on the top, just in case. I don't usually go with like the recommended colours. I'm sure I will if I do a different design or if I do a really intricate one. But on the whole, I didn't really know what I was going to embroider anyway. And I got all these different colours, including, oh, like Christmassy colours. I've got white and I've got blue and I've got brown and greens and greys and stuff like that as well. But I still wasn't convinced on what to actually make. So I went onto Etsy and I found these amazing things. So these are stick and stitch embroidery patches, and these ones are from Tales from the Hoop and they're winter themed. How clever are they? So you've got a whole bunch of different designs in there. Oh, and there's some in the back as well. I think I've already pre-laid it out and I'm going with all of these ones out the back and I took a photo. So I'll show you that in a second. But these stickers, so they're on, I don't know if you can see, they're on water fusible stickiness, water fusible paper, I say. And it's been printed on, all the designs have been printed on. Let me read you the instructions. Okay, it says, winter themed patches by Tales from the Hoop. Start embroidery straight away with these stick and stitch patches. Simply choose the patch you want, peel the backing off and stick it onto any fabric you want to embroider. When you have finished stitching, place the fabric in a bowl of warm water and let the paper dissolve away magically. Carefully rub the embroidery where any paper remains to make sure you remove all of the paper. Don't rush this part. Take your time, make sure that all of the paper is properly dissolved. Perfect for customizing clothes or mix and match them to create your own embroidery hoop design without the hassle of transferring a pattern. That's what I'm doing. If you want to check out some more, she's got some brilliant bits on there. Her Instagram, I can't see. Oh, it's literally Tales from the Hoop. And her Etsy shop has got loads and loads of bits as well. Tales from the Hoop, stick and stitch patches. So, like I said, I've already planned out what the design is going to be. So I need to recreate that and then I'm going to stick it on. And then I'll get started with the colours. I'm thinking like it's going to be pretty self-explanatory. Like if I'm making the sleigh, then I'm going to use brown and a bit of green. And then the presents can be green and red and all the different colours. So should be fine. Come on, let's go. So this is the design that I think I'm going to do. Got stars, which I can do in yellow, snowflakes, which I can do in white, and then this little housey scene and winter wonderland. I'm going to use, because I don't know what stitches to do and stuff, I'm going to use my Readly subscription to find some embroidery stitches. Hang on, I'll show you. Right, shout when you see it. Cross stitch, quilting, embroidery. So, in the back of all the embroidery magazines, don't judge me for how dirty the iPad is, by the way, the kids use it, not me. In the back of all the embroidery magazines are a bunch of different stitches. So I reckon I can use these stitch guides to do the stickers. That should make sense, right? And what I can do is, looking through the magazine, like if something's got writing on it, so like that one's got writing, I can see how they've done that, and then I can just like replicate it. Seems easy peasy, right? I would genuinely really recommend Readly to anyone. It's just an app that you get, it's £10 a month, but you get all the magazines, like, well, not all the magazines, but you get lots and lots of magazines. And as you saw with that one, they even have the templates and stuff in the back, so you don't miss out on, even with sewing patterns, they have some sewing patterns that they just put in PDF form at the back of the magazines, so you don't really miss out very much. Obviously you don't get like the free gifts like wool and things like that, but in terms of finding patterns and being able to get good quality patterns for like £10 a month, real bargain. If I can find an affiliate link, I'll pop it down below. Please click it because it makes me money. If I don't, I'll put a link down below anyway, because I think it's so good and it's really good value for money. So good. Two things I would say. One, I don't know if it's picking it up on camera, but it is actually a lot darker so like it's a lot harder to see the writing. No, it's not picking it up on camera, but you'll just have to take my word for it. That it's a lot harder to see the writing now that it's got the red background to it. So for somebody with eyesight issues or anything like that, then, or people that are working in low light, then that's going to be a deal. The other thing is, can you see where I've had to pull them off a little bit and they've scuffed up? Which is absolutely fine. It's not going to make any difference once the pattern's on, but it's to be mindful. So like if I'd done it here, I may have caught the W a little bit, so just be thoughtful about where you're peeling them off. But otherwise, what do we think? Right, I'll get started. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if I should have put everything closer together, or whether it'll be a nice scene. Pop your comments in below whether you think that them closer together would have looked nicer. I've got more stickers and I've got another apron, so we can always do that one as well. I've done a few bits so far. Two things. One, I don't know how good I am at embroidery. Find out when it comes to wash off. Two, so can you see where it's puckering inwards? Where obviously, as I go through, I've been using my hoop to go round it so it's I'm trying to keep it tight. But I think it's the fact that the stickiness is thick, and then the fabric is thick, and then so with this one I only used 2 strands, but with this one I used a full 6 strands. And I don't know if it's just the fact that, like, especially with this one, it was just 6 strands and it was just really hard to push through. Plus, another thing that I've worked out is that I need to clean my needle regularly because it keeps going through the stickiness, and then the stickiness is staying on the needle. I'm not videoing myself doing the embroidery because it's not a very pretty sight. You know, there are some videos, and I encourage you to go and look at them, where they have like ASMR style, aesthetically beautiful embroidery projects. Not here, not right now. Maybe in the future, when I get the hang of embroidery a bit more, then I can make beautiful videos like that. For now, it is me jabbing at things and me like swearing at stuff. Nobody needs to see that. So I'm going to persevere, I'm going to carry on, and I might see if I can find a different needle, maybe one that's a little bit thinner, because the needles that I'm using are actually cross-stitch needles. So I'll see if I can find a thinner needle, and then that might make things a little bit better, especially as I go on to the little house as well. It is done. 2 things. 1, I wish I had some yellow instead of silver. 2, I can't do French knots. So some of them came out really tiny, some of them came out huge. This guy's enormous. I thought, like, oh, aesthetically it will look really pretty because it's all different sizes and shapes and stuff, but they definitely need practice. But hey, we're okay with imperfect here. Right, shall we have a go at washing these off together? So the rubbing of it, oh, and also top tip, put a towel down, the rubbing of it, so can you see where it's just all sort of this like gooey stickiness. And I think I can see some residue around where it was stuck. What I might do, and like there, so can you see where, because it was taut when the sticker was on, but now not so much. Overall, it looks pretty cute. I definitely think I should have put it all closer together. Maybe I'll put some more stickers in, or put some more freehand, some more snowflakes in. I'm going to wait for it to dry and then we'll see how it goes. It's so interesting that, like, so here, that was all so tight, and I suppose because it was on the white, maybe I couldn't see, but it was so tightly bound together, and now, because it's not got that extra layer underneath it, it's almost got like a bit of a sag to it. Maybe it will firm up again when it dries. Right, we'll go stick it on the radiator for a bit. Fit check. Cute. Underwhelming. I don't really know how to feel about it. I think that I probably should have, actually now that I see it on the camera, the different sized French knots look quite cute. I think I should have squeezed it all in together. And I think that, so like on the house, I'm going to have to go over that again now, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. But like, maybe that's something I should have learnt, you know, or I should have been mindful of that was going to happen. So, in terms of the project, wait, is that even? Is that straight as well? In terms of the project, oh, hang on, let me move you. I am happy with it, ish. I don't know, maybe I should just add some more embellishment on and then it will look a bit better. But would I recommend the stick and stitch? Yes. Yes, and I'm looking forward to using up the other ones. Will I buy them again? No. I will look at other ways of how to transfer. I imagine that for some people, different types of way that you transfer the design on works for different people. So this one has worked fine. And I'm sure that was straight when I put it on. It is straight. I don't know why it's looking like that on the camera, but it doesn't look straight. Oh, dearie me. So this is my embroidered Christmas design onto my Christmas apron. Can't wait to wear it on Christmas Day. I'm going to go and add some more bits on it. I think I'll add some more bits. Take a look on my Instagram if you want to see the updated one when I finally get round to it, which, given the fact that I'm hopefully going to spend the weekend on the sofa, will be finished by the end of the weekend. Okay, so I got the bug for embroidery, and I've got to say, my first attempt, average, acceptable. My second attempt with these embroidered napkins, mwah. Hi everybody, today we are going to be embroidering some Christmas napkins. So today is all about getting my Christmas table ready, including embroidering on some napkins. Now, I bought these napkins from Temu. They were like a fiver, £4 or £5. I'll link them below. They're not linen as much as they look. They're just a polyester, but I thought they actually were quite nice. The sort of colour that I want to go for this year. I've got some other bits coming for the Christmas table as well, but they're not here yet. That's frustrating, but I'm trying to be patient. So I have 6 napkins, and I'm going to embroider in the corner some little Christmas designs and hopefully embroider our initials as well so that everyone gets their own napkin. I did say when I bought these, I did say on one of my other videos, like, oh no, what if we have guests one year for Christmas and then they won't have their own napkin? Well, 1, I can always make them. 2, like, I don't really have people round. The chances of me hosting a great big massive family Christmas If that's going to happen, it's going to be paper plates and paper napkins all the way, so I'm not even going to worry about this anyway. So what I thought I would do with the embroidery is give these stick and stitch patches another go. I've also printed off a couple of patterns that I want to transfer on. I haven't got a magic transfer pen, so it might just be with a Sharpie that I'm going to do that, but as long as I go over it, it'll be fine, right? So hopefully using these, if you haven't managed to watch that video yet, these stick and stitch patches are really, really cool. These ones are from Tales from the Hoop, and they are, let me get one out. So they're on water soluble paper and they're sticky. So you take the back off, stick it down onto your work, and then you embroider over the top, and then you give it a wash, or you just sort of dissolve it in water, and then all of this pattern comes off and you're only left with the embroidery bit at the end. Genius, right? What I did find with these last time is that they needed to be a bit tighter, so once the paper came off, everything underneath it was a bit baggy. So I'm thinking maybe that might have been a user error, so I'm going to give that another go, and I'm going to try and be a bit neater with my work and be a bit tighter with my work to see if that works a bit better. And I've got loads of little designs left, so like that one, a little wreath, and I can put a P in the middle for Philly, and then a little snowman, and I could put like an M above it. So what else have I got? So wreath, snowman, advent candle. Oh, they're cute. Oh, actually that might have been one of the ones that I printed off. I'm gonna have a look and see if these are duplicates, because otherwise that's just a waste of time, isn't it? To cup of cocoa, waste of time to duplicate it. A star, no, that was a snowflake. A penguin, holly, no, mistletoe, let it snow, a hat, a robin, and this great big guy. Probably not going to use him, but all the others are small enough and quite cute that they can go on the corners, and then just pop our initials on and job will be a good one. Right, let's get to it. Oh, before we go, I should probably tell you what colours I have available. So I've got a handful of colours. I bought loads and loads and loads of embroidery threads, which turn out that they are not waterproof, or rather basically they ran when I tried to wash them. So I have had to reinvest in more expensive ones, but they're worth it, guys, they're worth it. These are all from Paint Box Yarns from Lovecraft. I'll link it all below, and I've popped them on some cards so that they're easier to get hold of. Right, now we're ready to go. Let's go. I've whittled it down to these 6, and then I've picked out the colours that I think will work with the patterns. So all I need to do now is to stick them on and get cracking. don't panic yourselves. I'm not going to make you watch all 6 of the napkins that I'm going to be doing, so don't panic. So I'm going to finish this one and pop it on the radiator to dry, and then hopefully it will be dry by this evening. I'm going to see how many I can get done. This one took about an hour. I had to wrap a Secret Santa present in the middle for a 17-year-old. So that took about an hour. I don't have another 5 hours today, but I might have some time tonight because the new Christmas sewing bee is on. Love that one. So I'll get some stuff finished, and then I'll show you the rest of it tomorrow, which will be in about now. It's tomorrow and they are all finished. Let's have a little look. Now, I know that there are some bits that are a little bit wonky, and there are some bits that, you know, aren't quite the right colour and stuff like that, but I feel really proud of myself for the fact that I've managed to make these like heirlooms for the children and for their families when they grow up and stuff like that. Well, they'd have to have a very small family, and their family would have to be very initial specific, but other than that, the idea, the concept is really, really nice. This one has to be my favourite. He is just beautiful, and he's come out really, really nicely as well. I think he looks really cute. I haven't put the initials on yet because I'm a bit scaredy-wordy of it, because I think that the way that they've come out, I really, really like them, and I don't really want to ruin it. So maybe I will brave myself before Christmas Day, or maybe I will just leave them. I haven't decided. If you want to check out anything that I've been talking about, like the stick and stitch patches or the embroidery threads or anything like that, all the links are down below, and you can find out more information like my Facebook page and my Instagram page and stuff like that, so you can keep in touch. Of course, with all these needles and threads hanging around, I have to go back to my absolute OG original love of craft, the cross stitch. Hi everybody! Who would love one of these on their Christmas tree? Honestly, I am in love. They are so gorgeous, and I made loads of them. Let me get them for you. Number 1, this is Peace. Number, oh, hang on, 2, Joy. Number 3, a little star. Number 4, an angel. And number 5, a little ombre version of the angel. I love them. So these little things are decorations for the Christmas tree. I have made them myself, not just cross stitched them, but made the pattern as well, and I'm going to let you guys have all the patterns for free. I know what you're thinking. Phili, you're so generous. I'm not that generous. I'm just generous to you guys because you're all awesome, and you follow me and you watch me and you subscribe and you comment on my videos, and I love you. I absolutely love you. So let me rewind it a little bit. I decided last year, I think, to make some of these cross-stitch patterns, but I just never got around to making them. So I thought, do you know what? I've got all the stuff in the cupboards. I will make them this year. So all I used was a 14 count Ada, a 3-inch embroidery hoop, and then I glued some felt on the back as well. I popped these little ribbons on the top. Job's a good one. So there are 4 patterns. You've got, like I showed you, you've got the angel, you've got the star, you've got joy, and you've got peace. Oh, peace. But you also have all of those 4 in an ombre option as well. So can you see, I've gone a tiny bit wrong at the end. Ignore that, I'm just gonna hide it with my finger. So can you see that you've got an ombre pattern in different colors as well? And you've got that in all 4 of these ones too. As you'll see, they are in this green. You guys can do them in any colour you like. I think the pattern called for blues and different types of blues. But I've used green because this is going to be my colour for the Christmas table and for my tree once I get some new baubles. So I've still got blue on there at the moment. I don't really like it, but the children put them up and now I feel bad about taking them down. So I'm gonna have to leave them up for like another week. So I thought if you would like to make your own Christmas tree decorations, you can just go and grab all these patterns for free over on my Facebook page. The link will be down below. If you feel like giving me a little thanks, there's a button there which will give me like £2 or something. But if you don't, it doesn't matter because they are completely free and they are for all my subscribers and all my followers and everyone who watches my videos. Because honestly, it makes such a difference to my day when I come online and I see comments like your enthusiasm is infectious or I love your energy and stuff like that, and I just want to give back because I think you guys are so awesome and so special. So thank you so much. This is my Christmas gift to you guys. Now that I'm looking round, so I've got my other cross stitches displayed like literally to the side of you. I've actually got, let me grab this other cross stitch that I designed and made myself as well. This one is a bigger one. What did I have? Loved, I can't remember what the other ones were. I'll put a picture, I'm just gonna put my cross up my armpit. I put a picture here of all the other ones that I made in, oh, was it Loved? Blessed, there was another one, but anyway, I've made this one before. This one I thought was really, really pretty, but I haven't. You ready to see my rudeness, right? Mucky bottoms. So I haven't put anything on the back of that yet, but that's up on my my little wall of wonder, along with my tits and my load of bullfinch, which can't get off the wall. They're stuck on there for good. Well, until I swap them in with some other ones. So I've been trying to do some embroidery and stuff, and honestly, I don't know if I'm just a cross stitch girl at heart. Like, I love the idea of embroidery and I think that some of the patterns come out a lot prettier, but I just love me a cross stitch. Let me know in the comments below whether you prefer embroidery or whether you prefer cross stitch. I wonder sometimes if the reason I like cross stitch more is because it's safer, because you know exactly where you're going, you know exactly what you're doing. Whereas with embroidery, you can go a little bit rogue and you're like, oh, I'm not so sure, oh. Now I said I was going to make some Christmas decorations for all my church family, but I might make these actually because they were really, really cute and actually really easy to whip up. So in the plain ones, these guys, not including like all the sticking and stuff like that, I would say they took me about half an hour each. With the ombre one, that took ages. That took a couple of hours because it was changing thingies, and then it was having to follow the pattern a lot more clearly because of course you've got all the different, so there's only like 3, then you change colour, then 4, then you change colour. So there was a lot more counting and a lot more headspace that you needed, whereas with the other ones they were proper quick and easy and I could get through those. So actually if I made like another 20 or 30 of those between now and Christmas Day, that wouldn't be too much of a challenge. Wait, how long have we got till Christmas Day? 2 weeks? Yeah, that's all right, that's manageable, she says. It's fine, including everything else. It's all okay, yeah, so let me know which you prefer. Also, let me know whether you prefer the look of the ombre ones or the look of the plain ones, and whether you prefer embroidery or cross stitch down below. Don't forget you can get these patterns for free from my Facebook page, which will be linked. It will be in the documents or the files. If you go to the top and there'll be a thing, I'll put a link, okay? I'll put a link. And if I haven't said it before, I'm saying it again, and I'm saying it very loudly so you can all hear me. I love you guys. Right, that's it from me. Sorry it was such a short and sweet one today, but I hope that you enjoy doing your cross stitch. I hope that you tag me on Instagram or send me a photo on Facebook so that I can see all your pretty pictures and stuff. That would be really, really pretty, especially if I could see them on the Christmas trees. That would be so cute. Thank you so much. I will see you next week with, I don't even know what's going on. It'll be a surprise to both of us. See you then. Bye. Now, Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without an outfit or two, would it? This is me sewing one of my Christmas dresses. Yes, that's right, got more than one. I'm going to show you how to make a smock dress using just an upcycled Christmas duvet. How perfect! It's Christmas! I need an outfit. Come and make a smock dress with me. Now, I have thrifted this bed sheet. Oh, hang on, let me show you the inside. Oh, it's inside out as well. It's got candy caney stuff on the inside and little elves on the outside. I thought I would turn it into a smock dress. Hang on, let me turn it the right way round so that you can see like the full effect of the candy cane. It's a double and it was £4. £4! That's a bargain, right? I think, right, I'm wondering, 2024 plan, should I just make all my clothes out of bed sheets? Because it's so much cheaper, even to buy it new, that I feel like that's a cheaper way to buy fabric. Okay, so we've got the little upside down elves. Are they all upside down? Ho ho. And the candy cane. Oh, and I've got 2 pillowcases as well. So the pattern that I'm going to be using is the Honeydew Smock Dress pattern, which is like a little tiered number with a V-neck. I'll pop a picture here and I'll pop a link down below as well. I talked about it in one of my previous videos. It was in the Etsy sale, and so I just had to grab it. I had to. The pattern itself looks really, really easy. I think I'm going to make this up in a matter of hours, maybe 2 hours, I would say. But firstly, I'm already very over gathering from all the collars that I've been making because they've all had ruffles on them. Love a ruffle, don't love gathering. So already I'm tired of gathering. So the tiers are going to be interesting. The tiers may well be actual tiers. The other thing is that there's no darts in the bodice. So I'm wondering whether it's going to be like a cool, funky fit, like just a loose flowy, or whether I'm going to feel like I'm wearing a sack. We'll find out. The cat has come to say hi. Say hi, Lemony. I should probably mention that I am wearing this outfit for the annual karaoke, which is carols and karaoke, but not quite singing carols. It's also Christmas music as well. Last year I did Mariah Carey. Have you hurt your ear? I think he's hurt himself. Poor little bushkins. Some people pay to have their cats groomed. I don't have that sort of money. No. He's like, don't speak to me. I have just looked at the pattern that I printed out and stuck together, and it looks to me like somebody has been sleeping on it. Lemony. Menace animal. Should we get some cutting done? Let's go. So because I've got this red, but I've also got this as well, I think I will do a row of one of the tiers in this, and then 2 tiers and the bodice in the red. And actually, I think there's a ruffle on the sleeve as well. Ruffle in this. I'm going to cut both, and then I'm going to see how I feel about it, whether I feel like it's a bit too much. I mean, obviously, I'm always too much, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we have 2 sleeves. We've got the bodice front and back, and then I've got a lining of the bodice front and back. These are the 3 tiers in order as well. I'm just questioning why this middle one is so much thicker. I think all 3 of them are different size, different thicknesses. Yeah, they are. What's that all about? Is that gonna... And they don't even go... So that's the first one. That's medium. That's thick. And then that's... Oh, unless this is supposed to be a ruffle instead of a tier, maybe. But if I'm gathering it... Well, that'll be interesting. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I'm a bit worried that this isn't going to sit nicely because it's too thick. Well, I suppose I'll only know once I get it all done, won't I? Right, let's start sewing. Step 1, sew along the top edge of the shoulders. Step 2, put the lining and the bodice right sides together and sew around the neck. Step 3, turn it all inside out. Give it the most epic press of your lifetime and top stitch around the neck. Step, can't remember what number we're on. Sew along the side edges. Right, this is an extra large and it only just fits over the old boobs. Woo. But other than that, fits okay. Obviously I've got a t-shirt on underneath, wouldn't normally have that, but yeah. So I'm on to the sleeves. I need to do a gathering stitch from here to here and then gather it up and then pop it into the sleeve hole. Ta-da! 1 bodice complete. Had a bit of trouble with the sleeves. I'm going to tell you all about that in a bit. But for now, I'm going to get on with all the ruffles and all the layers and start gathering. Ooh. Right, just going to give the whole thing a press and then we'll try it on. It's ever so short. What? I am in love. It's so much fun, isn't it? And for a night out, yeah, it's a little bit short, but I'm going to be wearing tights underneath it, so absolutely fine. Just got to remember not to have too many drinks and not to get too typically Philly, and then I'll be absolutely fine. I do think the pattern, the instructions were really super simple. They were straightforward. The only thing I will say is the sleeves. The sleeves were a bit of a deal. So where you had to gather it, it didn't say how much to gather it by. And then when I tried to put them in, it wasn't enough. So I took them out, gathered it a little bit more, still wasn't enough, gathered it a little bit more. So I would say that the sleeves are a little bit too big, as in they've got too much volume. If they had a bit less volume and you gathered it all together as well, then they would sit really nicely. But as it is, you can kind of see where I've had to sort of bodge it in. But to be honest, it's an old bed sheet and I'm going down the pub to do karaoke. It's not exactly, this isn't dinnerware attire, so it's fun, it's playful, and I'll learn the lesson for next time because I'm definitely making some more of these. They're brilliant. I didn't think that the green panel was going to work, but I think it really offsets it nicely. Let me know if you agree, or if you think that, well, by the time you've seen this video, I'll have already worn it out at the pub, and I imagine other people will have already told me what they think of it as well. So I do very much appreciate your opinions, especially if I'm going to be making another one, which will, and I do it in contrasting fabrics, whether that middle panel should have a different colour. I think in this it looks really playful, and from a £4 bed sheet, I mean, thank you to whoever donated it. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So on the whole, honeydew smock dress for fit. Oh, that was another thing. The sizing. So this is an extra large and it just fits around the bust. I'd be really upset if I had to make an extra large, but maybe that's me. The extra large only just fits around my bust, and I'm like normally like a size 12 to 14 UK, and the length. So I've seen the Etsy reviews that a couple of people have put extra tiers on the bottom, so that's something that you could do if you wanted to. But sizing is the only thing that I would say is like, oh, do your measurements, ladies, do your measurements. So after that, on the whole, I would say 8 out of 10 for a beginner's pattern. 8 out of 10 because it's got some really straightforward instructions that you can follow really easily. There's a couple of tiny tweaks that I've had to do that only I would know to do because I've sewed before, but on the whole, 8 out of 10. If you fancy making one of these bad boys, check the link below. And of course, the minute that the kids see that I have a nice new dress, they want one too. Here is a video of me making a Christmas dress for my little girl with absolutely no pattern whatsoever. Hi everybody, let's sew a baby doll dress for Christmas Day. Okay, this is going to be a speedy sew today. I have got some red organza tulle, I've got some of this, and I've got some red poly cotton. My 11-year-old wants a baby doll dress. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether what I'm planning to make is a baby doll dress, but I have a plan. The plan is elasticated, gathered sleeves, maybe not gathered, but elasticated on the shoulders, and then I'm going to shear the top half so that it comes in nice and tight and then floats out at the bottom. The idea after that is that I'm going to use the organza to be the skirt, and then if I've got enough, I'll pop it on the sleeves as well. I've got 1 hour to make this dress. No pressure. Let's go. First things first, I have measured the child on a bit of old envelope, and I've got her measurements here. So I've got just enough of the poly cotton to go round twice, which is very, very handy. I've got enough of this to definitely do the skirt, and I should have some extras for the sleeves as well. I just need to cut the length a bit shorter. And then, what do I need? Just 3 pieces, 1 for the dress and 2 for the sleeves. Easy peasy. first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the sleeves first. I've got 4 rectangles, 2 of the poly cotton and 2 of the light red, and I'm going to sew those together, but I'm going to make 2 elastic channels, one for the shoulder and then one for the arm as well. And then I've got a load of elastic which I can put in, and then I'll get started on the skirt. Turns out that an hour is hugely over ambitious for a dress when you have to make the sleeves twice. So I have 2 little poofy sleeves, fantastic. As you can see, I've got changed as well because I didn't have to nip down the pub, but I met a friend for drinks and it was mid-sew. So the entire table is still full of dress and I am no closer to being done. I have hemmed the red that's going over the top, the overlay of the dress, and I'm just about to hem and then attach the overdress onto this before I shear it. Because my theory is I don't need to gather this bit because it will gather along with all the other elastic, won't it? Time will tell. The reason that I had to make these was because I think I only added 10 centimetres onto the shoulder measurement when I should have absolutely doubled it. But I have absolutely doubled it now, and I've got 2 sleeves with elastic in either end, and then I will attach those once I've done all the shearing. Sleeves are done. Skirt is on halfway. Wait, can you see? Oh, skirt is on. I just need to have a quick practice to remember how I how I do shearing. I'm 90% sure I remember, but it's been maybe 2 years since I've done any shearing. So shirring, well, I will have a practice, we'll work it out. Shearing took hours, like days and days and days, but it's done. Let's have a look. I've got to say, for a dress that needs no pattern, amazing, right? The elastic is like, it needs a little bit of a, but on the whole, amazing. I think seeing as it's her first like dress up occasion where she's wanted to be really, really girly, I think we've achieved that. Whether she will make it out in those shoes is another matter. They are mainly indoor shoes as opposed to going out shoes, and if she's going to be wearing that dress, she is definitely going to be wearing a cardigan over it when she's out the house, because my word, that's a lot for a run-of-the-mill day, right? But in terms of a party dress, I think it looks really, really cute. And that, my friends, is Christmas wrapped up. I'm really, really thankful that you came on the journey with me. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you in 2024. I have got lots of plans and lots of exciting things that I'm desperate to share with you. But for now, I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks off, and I will see you in mid-January. Love you, bye.